Hello and welcome. This is Valerie's New Jersey, a lifestyle and entertainment podcast, and I'm Valerie Smaldone. You know, I enjoy finding new places for you to discover, whether it's eateries, shops, or theaters. And today I'm talking about a theater company in Hackettstown, New Jersey, premiering a new play by a veteran playwright and actress. Joni Fritz is known for her body of work as a writer, and her latest piece is a comedy about family, relationships, and what happens when you lose your keys. In the Car with Blossom and Len, directed by Lynn Taylor-Corbett, plays February 20th through March 8th at Centenary Stage. Joni described what the play's about.
Well, the play it's basically a comedy about a family, a couple in their 80s and their two daughters, and it takes place at a time period during a family crisis. Throughout the play, we go back and forth to scenes to the car where one of their daughters, who has basically been the caregiver daughter for many years, drives them to places, and through those scenes, many secrets are revealed. So it's a comedy, but it's also much more than that. It's funny but poignant, sometimes a little bit painful, like life. And so it takes place in the car and in the home, but there are a lot of scenes in the car where a lot is revealed.
I understand that a lot of your writing is taken from your life, and that you used to, or you continue to write things down on pieces of paper, which I totally get because I do that myself.
Do you?
Obsessively, yes. So is there a situation in your life that sort of reflects this?
Oh, yes. There was a few years ago, we went through a crisis with my dad, and I remember, as we were going through it, I kept thinking, no one would believe this. We're in the middle of a crisis, but it's also hilarious. And so I started taking notes and throwing them in a file. And a few years later, I knew it was time to write it and sat down and wrote it. Everything I write about is about my family. I have a hilarious family.
It sounds fascinating. And I know that you are into comedy. You're a sketch writer. Mm-hmm. So when you write, is there always some comedic element that you feel is very important to ingest into the piece?
Always. That's my first instinct, is to find the humor. And all my plays are pretty funny. But they also have a flip side that really seems to resonate with audiences.
And you're a Jersey resident?
Yes, I am.
What part of Jersey do you live in? I'm
in North Jersey, in Pumpkin Plains.
I find it very interesting, Joni, that there's so many amazing theaters and theater companies in New Jersey, right mm-hmm. across the river from the mecca of theater in New York. Mm-hmm. And you've been able to be on Broadway, off Broadway. Tell me about your experience performing, writing for a New Jersey audience, and what it's like to be in a theater company there.
Oh, it has been just wonderful at Centenary. I tell you, the play was in the Women's Playwright Series last year. And the Women's Playwright Series evidently has been going on for 20 years. And Catherine Russ told me that this was the first time during a reading that the audience stood up at the end, which was very thrilling to me. And also, we had a talk back afterwards, and what an intelligent, insightful audience. I got so many great ideas and insights, and Lynn Taylor-Corbett, who's directing, and I really took those comments and went back to the play and looked at some of those issues. So it's really been wonderful.
What audience will this really resonate with?
Baby boomers will totally relate, because so many people are caring for their aging parents, and it's not about caregiving, it's a part of it. But, all the emotions that go with that, the humor, the guilt, the love, the anger, and the sibling relationships that go with that. But I've had 18-year-olds tell me how much they love the play. So it resonates with all audiences. That's what we've found. We've done a lot of readings leading up to this. We had in New York, Len Taylor read it a couple of times, Kira Sedgwick, Dick Cavett. We did a reading with him in the Hamptons, and we find that it resonates with all audiences, truly. But, the baby boomers totally relate.
Nearly everybody I speak to of a certain age group, if their parents are still alive, mm-hmm. are dealing with this issue.
You're absolutely right. And my parents passed away, both of them this year. My father a little more than a year, my mother just in December. So this really, in many ways, is a very special play to me. My dad really wanted to see this play. I write about women a lot, and he said to me one day, he said, the father is always out of town or on the phone or in the closet. The father's never around. And I said, I wrote a play about you. He said, you did? And I said, yeah, but I don't know how you're going to feel about it because it's about when you lost the business. And he said, is it funny? I said, yes. He said, is it sad? I said, yes. He said, then that's perfect. Every piece of theater needs comedy and drama, and I'm fine with whatever you wrote.
Joni Fritz, playwright. Lynn Taylor-Corbett, known for directing such musicals on Broadway as Titanic and Chess and the movie Footloose, directs In the Car with Blossom and Len. And she told me about the rich collaboration she and Joni have enjoyed with this piece and with others in the past.
It's just so easy. She is so open and really knows what she wants to say, but she's not an egoist. You know, she's not, she doesn't think that she has the truth in the word. You know, she's open to suggestions if they're valid. And so it's just so fluid. I never censor myself when I talk to her. You know, I'm able to just really passionately say what I feel. And so I think what's happened is that we've just been able to hone it, you know, down to more of its essence and just focus it. I mean, it was always wonderful. It was wonderful the first time I read it, but, you know, as you work on it, you realize through lines and maybe duplication of material and, you know, things like that you cannot do around a table. You know, you just must be in a room on your feet. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, she's just a smart, wonderful person, and it's not a competition between us at all.
What is it about this particular piece that you'd like to bring out? What would you like people to take away from a director's point of view after reading this and working with it? What would you like people to take away, and what have you really brought to the surface that you believe is important?
Well, from firsthand experience, there's just no guidebook to later in life transitions, not just for people that are growing older, but people that are taking care of them. And I think it's just bewildering, and we just don't have it right yet. We don't have it figured out. And I think it's a conversation. You know, it's an ongoing evolution, just like stopping cigarette smoking was an ongoing evolution. You know, I think people really go, this is a subject we don't really discuss much. And the fun thing when you're being entertained is that the information gets through in a very non-threatening way, and that's Joni's gift, because she lives her life that way. I mean, Joni is just funny. The night her dad passed away and I called because we were supposed to do this reading in the Hamptons, she had me hysterical in 5 minutes. I mean, hysterically laughing because that's her paradigm. She's just sees the world in a remarkable way.
What would you like to see happen next with this particular piece, you and Joni?
I would like to see another production happen in the near future. I think it could be a work that really deserves to be seen widely. And I think once we've put our stamp on it and I think done the best production we possibly could, I think it's one of those plays that there is a hungry audience for. And as I say, it's really part of a conversation. And the feedback we get is remarkable. I mean, even with all the laughing, you know, and all that after the play, the talkbacks have been, you know, to the readings, I'm saying, have been really about how affecting it was and how important it was for that particular audience member to hear these thoughts out loud, because they hadn't. So, you know, I feel excited about this. I really do. I feel honored.
Director Lynn Taylor-Corbett. In the Car with Blossom and Len, written by Joni Fritz at the Centenary Stage Company, Grand Avenue, Hackettstown, New Jersey, February 20th through March 8th. For more information, go to centenarystageco.org. Thanks for coming along to this edition of Valerie's New Jersey. I'm Valerie Smaldone.